Godzilla and the Titans are back. Yes, Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, the new TV series set within the Monsterverse has begun. Here I am with my review for episode 1. So let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Yes, any visit to the Monsterverse is a welcome visit. And here we are with the beginning of this 10 episode series that is airing on Apple TV. And what has dropped is episodes 1 and 2. So I'm going to talk about episode 1 and I will be back later with my review for episode 2. Now this episode here, it opens up in 1973. It opens during the events of Skull Island. And we kind of catch up with the character played by John Goodman. We get a little action scene with him being chased by this big spider monster that then gets into a fight with a crab monster. All the while he ends up throwing his information, all his recordings, into the ocean for someone else to find. And we then cut away to the year 2013, where this item is fished out of the sea by a fishing trawler, a Japanese fishing trawler. Again, then we jump to the year 2015, and 2015 is a year after the events of the first Godzilla movie, and we are introduced to the character of Kate, and she's this young woman who's travelling to Japan to find out a bit of history about her father. Her father has passed away. She's there to sort of tidy up some of his stuff that he has going on, you know, some of his business, so to speak. But what it is, she's actually got a key. She's got a set of keys that leads her to this flat. She goes in, she sees a memorial for her father in there, and she's confronted by this other woman and this bloke, young guy, who's actually her half-brother. It turns out that her father has had a dual life, living 2 lives, 2 families. Obviously, she's a bit dismayed by this. And we get into this sort of character stuff about her family, the history of this father with Monarch. This young girl, Kate, she actually survived the Godzilla attack on Los Angeles. She was there on the bridge when Godzilla came through. She saw Monarch, she saw the Monarch logo, and Monarch's indifference to the people getting hurt. They didn't care about the people getting hurt. It was like they were waiting for this to happen. They were there recording the events with no, you know, not caring about what happened to any people. We've also got this other story going on set in the 1950s, and this is where we're introduced to the character of Lee Shaw. Now Lee Shaw is the Kurt Russell, Wyatt Russell character. Yes, we have Kurt Russell in this and his son Wyatt Russell, who we'd previously seen in Falcon and Winter Soldier. He was the new Captain America until it went to Sam. Now they play the same character because this film or this series is set in multiple times, multiple different eras. So Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell play the same character, one older, one younger, which is a good casting choice really, because they do look alike, they sound alike. We're introduced to him. He's accompanying these 2 scientists in Kazakhstan, where they head to this abandoned, essentially a nuclear power plant, where when they go there they come to find it's all sealed off. It's, you know, government don't want people there, and when they go into it and they go down into these catacombs, they find these eggs. It's like a nursery, a breeding ground for these baby creatures that have come up from deep within the earth because it's kind of invited up by the radiation of this place, and it's being used as a breeding ground. These happen to hatch while they are there because the ground starts giving away. And one of the main scientists, this Japanese woman, yeah, she's kind of attacked by these creatures. Now this Japanese woman, as the program progresses, we come to find out is actually a grandmother of Kate. So not only is her mother involved with, her grandmother involved with Monarch, her father's involved with Monarch. There's this kind of this realization of the family, and they have to go through this story of finding out the truth about their relatives and what their relatives were involved in, how deep it went with Monarch, with them, and the truth about these monsters and all this sort of a thing. So it's a great first episode. It really is. It gives you, it captures the feel of the Monsterverse movies that came before. You've got some intriguing characters in there with some intriguing character development, enough to keep you watching. It's a bit light on monster action in these episodes, I will say. You have the beginning with the spider and the crab. You have some Godzilla stuff, which is, you know, you're seeing Godzilla from another angle during the events of that first Gareth Edwards movie. And then obviously we've got this stuff with these hatching eggs with these sort of insect style creatures that go on the attack. So it is a bit light in that sense on the action, but the story is compelling enough to keep you watching, to keep you finding out what is going on. There's some great ideas in there. The way that Tokyo, Japan, in Japan, they're preparing for another Godzilla attack, how the government's handling that, setting up rockets to be ready to be fired, how there's these evacuation procedures to get people to safety and evacuate, Godzilla evacuation routes and all this sort of a thing. Very compelling stuff. The budget is there on the screen, the acting is there, it feels very cinematic in what it's doing, in what it wants to do, but I'm sure obviously as the series progresses we'll get more and more of the monster action that we're so desperate for. Yeah, this will be 10 good episodes. Like I said, I haven't watched episode 2 yet, so we'll be back later today with my thoughts on episode 2 once I've watched it. So come back for that. See you then. Take care. Goodbye.